So hello again. I'm going to do another set of movie reviews and a few other things depending on how it goes. So I have about 10 movies that I want to alert you to. Let's start with the first one. It's called There Is No Evil from Iran. And it's a movie about the death penalty. Iran is still one of the few countries with the death penalty, and this movie was brilliantly done. It starts kind of slow, and then everything comes together. Wonderfully acted by people I have no idea who they are. I don't know if they're famous actors or not, but I thought the concept was good. It was well done, well thought out, and well acted. So that's a movie I highly would recommend to you to watch. The next one, as I change up my list, would be Mosul, about a city in, is it Afghanistan? Mosul? And I've been wanting to watch this one for a while. I finally got around to it. Interesting story. It got me so worked up that when I saw something around me that I didn't think was right, I intervened, thinking if those guys could go through that, why can't I intervene to help someone else? And it got into a bit of a tussle. This movie, again, was very well done. You almost don't even think about the acting. You almost think that you're seeing something that's really happening. So I thought it was brilliant. Highly recommend you watch that one. Trying to look for my number. Oh, I guess I put these two together. Well, I watched this last night. It's called The Last Champion, about a wrestler who ends up leaving town because he is disgraced, having taken, let's just say, an illegal substance, steroids. And then he comes back, and then it ends up, they ask him to coach the wrestling high school team. He's dealing with his mother's death. He's dealing with a lot of things, and he goes through it. I'm not a wrestling guy, but the movie is more about redemption, so I was able to get through it. And it's based on, from what I can tell, a true story, although it was hard to find the actual wrestler when I did some research. And linked with that, I thought I'd let you know there's another movie that's a true story based on women's wrestling, and it's called Dangal, an Indian movie. Dangal. I don't know if everyone here is familiar with it. Where I was, it's a big hit movie there, so I watched it and I loved it. Really great movie. Highly recommend it to you. So I urge you to go see that one or watch that one. I'm going to do something at the end about women's issues, so stay tuned for that. The other one I watched was called Between World and Me. It's about issues for black people. I don't know if I could say that I liked it, but it was interesting. There's the movie and the book, so it's getting a lot of good press lately. So I tried to check it out, and I wasn't too impressed with it, but if you're into that type of issue, then you might want to check it out yourself. I found the one I was looking for. It's called Most Wanted. Again, this one's true story. You can probably tell I like movies based on true stories, and I only read books that are based on true story, nonfiction. But this one was a hit with me. It was based on a book or screenplay written by Victor Malik, and he puts himself in it as one of the guards. I may have actually done this in a previous episode, but I just had it on my list. It came to me. It's about drug dealing in Thailand, so it resonated with me, having been there, seeing that, and seeing how they go through that. By the way, I'll mention there's a UK gentleman named Sean Atwood. He has his own YouTube channel, and he does a podcast as well. And I think I came to this through him. There's also a movie on YouTube I think it's called, well, I can't remember the name of it, but it's about the only man to ever escape from a Thailand jail. And it was really good. So you might want to check that out. Let me finish the list here. Leap, about the Chinese women's volleyball team in the Olympics. I watched that just because I'd heard a lot of things about it, and I saw the movie was coming out when I was in China. So I watched it. It was good. It was long. A lot of stuff they didn't need that was in there, but it was good. If you're into sports and that, you might like it. And the other one was Gabriel's Inferno. It's kind of like 50 Shades of Grey, is it? The erotic type movie. It was hard to describe this one. It wasn't really well acted, and a lot of the scenes I didn't believe, but there was a lot of chemistry between the two actors and actresses, so you'll have to decide whether you want to watch that. The one I was gonna review mostly was, I watched The Croods New Age today with Nicolas Cage and Emma Stone. It was really good. The first half was really good, and then it kind of faded. I don't think the writers knew where they wanted to take it, so it kind of faded, but it's certainly worth watching. I remember when I was teaching the kids, you could always tell how good a movie was by how enthralled the kids were. If they were glued to the screen, you knew it was a good movie, like Frozen, and the minute they got restless, you knew it wasn't a very good movie. The last one I had on my list was Vivarium, with a guy I think is a great actor, Eisenstein. I'm blanking on his first name, but you know the actor I'm thinking of. He was just recently in The Resistance, which was really good. And this movie was a swing and a miss. They were trying to make a movie about what it's like to raise kids, a kind of a metaphor about what it's like to raise kids, and then it ended up turning into a horror movie, which I don't like horror. I don't know how much of horror is, but there were a lot of things came in there that they didn't need to put in. So I'd highly recommend you steer clear of that movie. It was not worth my time, at least. I lost my piece of paper where I was going to put it, but there's a lot of issues about women that I wanted to bring your attention to. The first one I found from what I recommended last time in the 60 Minutes Australia. It was Kadil Balok. She's a girl from Pakistan. I won't spoil it, but if you want to know the whole story, go to 60 Minutes Australia on YouTube and watch it there. It was quite a shame. So I'm thinking somebody should do a podcast or a YouTube channel just on women's issues. There's certainly a lot of material. I don't know if I'm the right person to do it, but I'd like to put my 2 cents in while I'm on it. And the other day I came across the girl from Iran who is an influencer, and I guess Iran didn't like what she did, making some photos and twisting them, you can do with these Photoshop, and she made it look like, I forget the term they use now, but kind of like zombie photos. She's a beautiful girl, and they didn't like what she did with her photos, so now they sentenced her to 10 years in prison. Hopefully women will protest and Amnesty International will intervene and she'll be released, but I don't know, she may be in for a bit of trouble, but I think they've done a story on her. The other one is the Egyptian woman. She married an Australian man, or at least he went to Australia. He might be an Egyptian who went to Australia, and he has papers there, but she doesn't, and so she was stuck for over a year. I thought I saw something yesterday that she got out, but it was still a horrible story, and I think the world should get together and do much better on these issues, so that if someone is stuck through no fault of their own, they can let them out. I just don't understand why people are stuck in these situations. We have the UN, and I don't know what they're doing about these issues. I think it's horrible. There was the movie about the man stuck in an airport terminal. I think it was called The Terminal. There's no way in this day and age that people should be stuck for that long for that type of issue. You would think that somebody of some kind of ranking could go talk to him, realize it's not his fault, and they get them out. I am just furious that these type of issues just linger for so long. So on my list of women's issues, while I was in Japan, you could tell right away that it is a man's country, and the women seem to have little to no say about issues. I talked to a beautiful girl there. She would like not to have to wear high heels, but she doesn't seem to have any pull. And if you complain, they either don't listen to you, or then retribution is given, and so that doesn't seem fair. And what was the girl name who came to Canada? Malali. She just wanted an education. That was certainly too much to ask for in the country she was from. So then I watched The Glorias today. I couldn't get through it. It was so badly done. They made her into 4 characters, like that movie with Bob Dylan. At least there they only had 2, but I just couldn't get through it. Certainly someone should do an issue about Gloria Steinem, because she's such a fascinating character. She's been weaved in and out of other movies, but not a full movie just on her. Julianne Moore, she's a let's say a good actress. She's not a great actress like Meryl Streep, but I just couldn't get through it as much as I wanted to. I just didn't feel it was genuine, or she didn't bring out Gloria in her acting, so I left that one. So those are some issues there. And then I just wanted to recommend a song I heard, 2 songs actually. One was in Spanish, Como tú me amas. I just listened to it. It's on my Spotify account. That was a great song. I think it's by Tercer Cielo, if you want to look it up. Just a fantastic song. I'm wondering if I should do an episode just on songs I heard while traveling. I've got some great songs. Another song, Spotify is so great, I just found it there. I couldn't find it anywhere else. It's called Hard Love by Linda and Vika. I heard it from some Australians I was staying with, and I'd searched for 10 years to find it. Now somebody's finally put it on Spotify, and now it's on YouTube as well. So that's a great song for you to check out. Just checking my papers if there's anything else I've missed, and I can't see that there is. So I'll leave it there. Those are some recommendations for you to watch, and a couple songs for you to listen to. Okay? Bye-bye.